What is going on, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, I am Jeffrey and this is my beautiful wife Lauren, and our mission on this channel is to inspire people to live their best lives. So today we want to talk about something that is super near and dear to our heart, and that is summer shredding. Summer shredding is a bodybuilding league and community that has evolved so much over the last 5 or 6 years, probably even longer. And the season is just getting ready to kick off. So we wanted to make a video to answer kind of the questions that we get hit with the most and tell you guys about our experience and why we love the brand so much. So yeah, I will kick it off. You want to say hi first?
Hi, welcome.
I will kick it off and just kind of give you guys a quick overview about summer shredding, kind of the roots of it, where it got started. And so if you don't follow Christian Guzman, highly recommend going over to his channel and giving him a follow. He is an OG fitness, I don't even want to say influencer, but I mean, that's kind of the term. But Christian has been a pioneer in the fitness industry for the last decade plus. And summer shredding really started out as him kind of just documenting his own journey on social media from going from like a pretty average physique to insanely shredded and then competing in a bodybuilding show in the men's physique category. And that evolved over time and turned into an online transformation challenge, which was super awesome. And then that kind of led into Christian having the idea to actually create a show, an in-person bodybuilding show based out of Houston, kind of like the Sugarland, Stafford area where Alphalete is at. And that one show a year turned into 2 shows a year, which then eventually turned into what it is now. And that is a full-blown league and community. So last year, 2023, was the first year ever that they did a full season, multiple shows across the country and in Canada. And then they had a championship show. So I am the current reigning men's overall champion, as well as the current men's transformation champion, and Lauren competed in bikini and absolutely crushed it. So we're going to give you guys our perspective as people who have competed in summer shredding and then now are heavily involved inside of the community, and then also sponsored by Alphalete, Christian's company. So wanted to give you guys that perspective. So to kind of start off, I've got my phone, I've got my handy dandy notes of all the questions. Let's talk about this year's schedule, right? So you've got 3 opportunities this year to compete and qualify for the championship show, starting very soon with the first show in Houston, Texas, July 11th and 12th. So that is right around the corner. If you're not in prep yet, probably a little too late for that one. But if you are going to that show, very exciting. This kickoff is going to be incredible. The next show is going to be in Toronto, Canada in August 17th. That show also will be incredible. That will probably be the smallest show for summer shredding. So if you live in an area that's close to Toronto and you want a great shot at competing, I would highly recommend going to the Toronto show. And then we wrap up this year's season in Houston again, September 13th and 14th. And that is the last qualifying show for the championship, which will then be held again in Houston, Texas on November 1st and 2nd. Now, when I go over these dates, you might be hearing 2 dates for some shows and 1 date for the other. In the Houston shows, these are going to be very large shows, right? Everyone wants to come see Alphaland, be a part of it. And so there's a lot of draw to come out to Houston. And so what they've done this year is they've separated the men's and the women's shows. And I'm honestly very happy about this.
Yes.
Last year's season was incredible, but because summer shredding has so much traction, I remember the qualifying show in Houston. And
which
you
was my
competed in
first
that.
show. Yes. I
It was
didn't
a
go
very,
on until
very
5.
long show.
Yeah.
And so they've made the decision to separate things because that's what they do, right? They're constantly getting better. They're taking feedback and they're making it work. And so Friday will be all of the women's categories. Saturday will be all of the men's categories in all of the Houston shows, including the championship. Toronto will be probably a little bit smaller, so everything will be in one show on Saturday. So that is the upcoming season. That is the schedule for the events for this year. And we're going to kind of dive into the schedule of events once you get there. Now, we are going to give you the perspective of if you are competing in Houston. We have personally not competed in Toronto, and I haven't been to Toronto. We will be at the Toronto show this year. So if you're competing in Toronto and you'd like to come say, hey, we'd love to meet you.
Our kids will be there too in their bodybuilding suits.
Yep. Kids will be there cheering everybody on. So we will be at that show, but we're going to give you the perspective of if you're competing in Houston. We're going to give you some tips and tricks, some lay of the land type stuff. All of this will apply to Toronto as well, just not the specifics. And then also a lot of this information is on the Summer Shredding website. So if there's anything that you're confused about or you're unsure about, make sure to go back to the Summer Shredding website because things can change quickly. As I'm doing this video, this information is current, but it doesn't mean that something can't change. So I don't want to give you guys wrong information or out of date information. So just take everything with a grain of salt, double check the website, make sure you're good to go. But starting with the schedule of events, when you get to Houston, this is what you can expect. It's going to start with check-ins on Thursday. I would love for you to give me just your perspective of check-ins. You kind of get to Alphalete for the first time. What were your thoughts? Like, kind of give them that experience.
Yeah. So I feel like, of course, like going to Alphalete is just, it's honestly like Disney World for people that like to work out. It was super amazing. It was such an awesome experience. It was so organized. So I remember us like showing up and they had like 4 tables and we just told them our name and they had like a goodie bag of stuff for us. My show was the second show that you had competed in. So you had the whole championship table that you went to and you got your own swag bag. But it was very, very organized. And so everybody is there for check-in. They did do a meeting at Alphaland. I want to say like around like 6:00. So we had to kind of figure out tanning for my show a little bit like logistic wise, like me getting my tan and then showing up for check-ins. But it's really cool. I think too, the community, like just all being there and you're just like, Ashley Dreyer and Christian are standing up above, like on the cardio floor, like looking down at all these people. And it's just a cool experience. Just kind of being around with all of the competitors and while of course everybody's there to compete, it never felt like cutthroat. Like, I feel like I remember seeing like Emily Nelson and some of the other competitors. I saw Chelsea Stacks and different people that I just was like, oh my gosh, I followed you on YouTube and now I'm seeing you in person. And they were just like kind, genuine people. It was very friendly and fun. So check-in was very simple, very quick. But also just made you feel like you could get a rundown for how show day was going to go. You would have the opportunity to ask questions, organized, and get to see Alphalete too.
Yeah, so check-in is seamless. It is going to happen on Thursdays for the Houston shows. I'm pretty sure everyone will check in the same time, men and women. I might not be 100% right on that, so don't hold me to it, but you will get notified before the show, before all the stuff of exactly where you need to be and what time you need to be there. And like Lauren said, the thing that we love about summer shredding and the thing that really separates summer shredding from all the other federations in the bodybuilding world is the community. Everyone is so genuine, so nice, so excited to see you and be there. And it's just a fantastic time. One thing to note, once you are checked in, you will get a lanyard, which I believe I have one sitting up here if I don't drop everything. No. Yes. So you'll get a lanyard like this. I don't know how they will look this year or what they will say on them. But once you have that information, you will be able to go in Alphaland. You'll be able to work out. You won't have to purchase a day pass or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So that is super nice to have. And, you'll be able to get your workouts in. So moving on, let's talk about tanning. This seems to be a question that we get asked all the time. Tanning is going to happen in kind of 2 segments, right? You're going to tan the night before your show and you're going to tan the morning of your show. So girls competing on Friday, you will tan Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, and then you will tan again Friday morning. Guys, you will tan Friday evening and then Saturday morning. So I'll talk about kind of the men's stuff, and then I'll let you kind of talk about the women's stuff because it is a little bit different. So, one pro tip to give everybody is Houston is hot. It is going to be muggy. It is going to be hot. You are going to sweat. Now, the good thing is most of you guys are probably super, super lean by the time you get to show day. So you're always cold. I know how that is. I was wearing hoodies. It'd be 100 degrees outside. But that being said, you don't want your tan to sweat off of you. So pro tip, schedule your tan for as late as possible, right? I would even recommend like coming to the check-in, coming to the athletes meeting, and then going to get your tan if you can secure those spots. I believe Hotspot Tanning is doing all the tanning again this year. They did it all last year. They are fantastic. They do a great job. You can prepay for all of that online and schedule your times. You should have gotten that in an email. If not, reach out to me. I'm happy to direct you and figure out how to get you set up with that. But you'll want to go get your tan done. Here's a couple of things you need to do before you tan. Number one, you need to shower and exfoliate really, really well. And you need to shave your entire body. Any place that the tan needs to stick needs to be shaved. So we will
every
link
single nook and cranny crevice.
yeah, we will link the Manscaper below.
Yes,
That became a really big friend to us. And you just want to make sure you're completely shaved, exfoliated, all those things before you go tan. If you are competing in men's physique or transformation, you are going to be wearing board shorts. So you can go in with like your boxers, roll them down a little bit, pull them up a little bit, get your spray tan, good to go. If you're competing in classic or bodybuilding, I would highly encourage you to bring a sock for just use your imagination. Because you're wearing very, very cut briefs. And so you're going to want to tan with as little on as possible. I think you understand what I'm saying. They may have socks there if you forget one, but I would just bring your own sock. And then you are going to get your first coat. You will want to make sure that if you're staying at a hotel, an Airbnb, that you bring either your own set of sheets or you bring... They make these like...
It's like a sleeping bag, like a silk sleeping bag.
Yeah, like a little sleeping bag. They're not comfortable. But you're gonna wanna get inside of something so you don't ruin everything around you. And then the other thing is loose, lightweight clothing. Long sleeve, long pants. Anything you can do to protect your tan is going to be crucial. And then the following morning, you will get a top coat of tan. It's typically more of the bronzer. It's going to give you that dark color, and then you'll get glazed up. But we'll talk all about that in a few minutes.
And you want to make sure you wear like slides. Like you don't want to go and then put like socks and shoes on.
But maybe talk about from the women's side of things, because there's a couple things that women have to deal with that men don't have to worry about.
Man, the tan. Okay, so just another tip too. Obviously, if you're competing in the next couple of weeks, this isn't going to help you. But potentially, if you are competing in September show or Toronto show, one of the things that we did prior to a few weeks before our show was we found a at-home laser hair removal device, and I actually really like it. We also have had like a professional laser hair removal treatment service, and actually our at-home one I feel like works pretty good. It does decrease the amount of hair, but it's not painful at all. So I will link that because you can get it off Amazon. But if that's something that, you know, like I did like all my bikini areas, I basically did like a Brazilian. You can do your face, your arms, like anything. It does help just to like decrease the amount of hair. So for women, we still have to shave every single nook and cranny. And I definitely recommend kind of allowing your hair, like wherever you're going to shave, which is going to be everywhere, but where you shave often to kind of get not long, but a little bit long. Like I would say like the week of you're kind of like letting your, like you're not shaving like every single day because it allows you to get a closer shave when the hair is just a little bit longer. So that's kind of a pro tip like on the legs, but you definitely want to have somebody help you. I remember like on our like whatever day that was to shave, because we took our kids with us too. And thankfully we had our families with us, but it was so helpful to be able to just be like, can somebody take the kids? Cause it took like an hour an hour to shave every single part. But to have somebody there with you that can get those nooks and crannies. So you've got to get all of that and exfoliate. And you want to do that like a couple of hours like before your tan. Like you want to make sure that's done because then your pores will kind of like close up and it's not going to, if your pores are still open and you get your tan, you'll get what looks like little like dark freckles kind of like in your pores because it kind of like digs in.
Yeah. And an easy way to fix that, it's not the most fun, but after you shave and everything's good, just turn the shower to cold and finish your shower with cold water and you will close up all your pores and you'll be good to go.
And then just remember after you shower, exfoliate and shave, no lotions, no perfumes, no deodorants, nothing that could
be a barrier.
Yeah, be a barrier for you getting your tan. So for women, we are going to go in butt naked in all of our glory. And so you are going to be standing there with everyone. It is in like a closed off room. There's only women, but you will fully disrobe and you will stand in line.
All right. So let's talk about after you get your tan on.
Then you need to wear the loose black clothing.
Right.
And slides. And making sure that you're not like smudging anything.
Yeah. No, so I wanted you to talk about there's a specific thing that the women need.
Yes. And then, okay, yes, this is the tip that I wanted to say too. If you're going to, if for some reason you get your tan and then you have to go to check-in.
Yeah.
Because from then on, from that day that you get your tan until after your show, anytime as a woman that you need to go pee, which most likely you're going to be pulling water or different things at that point.
You'd probably be pretty dehydrated.
You'd probably be pretty dehydrated and you won't have to pee that often. But you cannot just like go and pee because when we pee, we like, you know, it can splash, right? So that can mess up like the inner lining of your tan and any like the acidity of your urine can basically leave like little splotch marks like on your inner thighs. So you have to get like a little pee cup. So you can either, they have some like on Amazon, I will link them, or you can just get like disposable. I got like the disposable, I think they're like mouthwash cups. And then you can just like poke a hole in it and you just want to kind of like create this funnel so that it doesn't splash against your legs.
You got one, they were bigger than mouthwash cups. Mouthwash cups are really tiny, but decent sized cup, poke a hole in it. You basically pee through it. That eliminates any backsplash from the toilet. That doesn't ruin your tan.
But we literally got to check in and I was like, oh no, I have to pee. And we didn't bring a cup. I think we like went to Alpha Eats and like got a cup.
You got a cup. Yeah.
And made it work.
So you'll make it work. But those are the tanning tips. When you tan the next morning, you just want to make sure that you have your tan scheduled at an appropriate time based on your call time for the show. So I would recommend, like I said, late tanning for night before. I would recommend early tanning for show day, just so you're not stressed out, especially with women. You've got a lot of other things that you've got to get done. So let's transition into day of now and talk about some day of tips and kind of like what to expect. So from a schedule of events, you'll probably start with waking up. You'll do whatever your coach has you do, all the protocol, all the things. And then you're going to want to get your tan. You're going to want to get hair and makeup done. Women, a lot more than for men. Although I will say, both of the shows I competed in last year for Summer Shredding, Tampa as the qualifier and Houston as the championship, I did pay to have my face blended. And so essentially what they do is they don't spray your face with self-tanner or with the spray tan. They will actually have a makeup artist blend your face and put some makeup on you. I highly recommend this. I feel like my tan looked very good. It looked very even. My face looked great. And, you know, I'm not saying that's what made me the grand champion, but I think it definitely helped.
To remember too is like when you get to show day, like you're so depleted, like your face looks honestly like you're in the Holocaust.
Here we go again.
I'm just saying, because you're so emaciated, like you definitely like want to enhance as much as you can with the lights being so bright on the stage that really did, I think, like enhance and just kind of brought the whole package together.
So just remember that. Make sure you have plenty of time when you schedule stuff the morning of the show. So once you have everything done, your tan's done, your makeup, your hair, all that good stuff, then you are going to head over to the Stafford Center Like I said, Toronto, not sure where the venue is, but Houston, it will be the Stafford Center. So you're going to go there, you're going to go backstage, you're going to hang out, and you're going to wait. It's basically a day of waiting, timing food, getting ready, and having all the nerves and excitement build at one point. So here's kind of the rundown of how it will work once it's time for you to get ready to go on stage. So they do a fantastic job backstage of giving you plenty of time, but you want to make sure you show up when they say to show up. So don't push it. Don't try and say like, oh, it's going to run long, I'm not going to show up on time, because you will get left. If you are not there for your call time, your number's just going to get dropped. So this is kind of how the rundown goes. Your class will be called and you will go start getting glazed. So what that means is the tanning company now will be at the show. They'll be backstage. You'll go and they do touch up. So if there's anything wrong with your tan, don't stress about it. Don't sweat it. They can touch it up. They can fix it. But then they're also going to glaze you to make you look shiny and oily and all the good things to make all your muscles pop on stage. So you will go to glaze first. Then once you are glazed, they will let you know, hey, it's time to start pumping up. That is where you will be backstage. You will start getting pumped up. They have bands for you. They typically have dumbbells. I always suggest traveling with some bands. I know we brought some mini bands and some regular bands, easy to throw in your show day bag just so you have your own just in case. I remember last year there was plenty of stuff. Like I never felt like there wasn't enough stuff to pump up with. But if you have specific things that you really like, go ahead and bring those with you. After you're pumped up, they will then call for you to get lined up. They will line you up typically in order of how you're going to go out on stage, and you will stay in that line going up on stage, and then you will start going out. And so every division is slightly different when it comes to what you're doing in your prejudging routine and all of that stuff. And so we'll just kind of hit on a couple of different things. I'll let Lauren talk about the bikini and how that kind of goes down. And then I will talk about men's transformation and then the other categories, because we do both coach people to stage and we have a lot of experience with shows and how they run down. So give them a quick rundown of, hey, you're in line, you've pumped up, you're glazed, you're good to go. Now you're stepping on stage, you're competing in bikini. What happens next?
Yeah. So you typically black out. No, I'm teasing. Well, you do, but that's why you practice your posing routine, so that whenever you black out on stage, your mind goes into like, you know how to do this and you do it. But you're going to step out on stage and do your individual routine. And honestly, it's about 30 to 45 seconds. There is going to be a taped out block on this stage. It's about a 2x2 box. And that's where you're going to walk to and then do your posing routine within that box. So you're going to go out, and for bikini, you are going to hit your front pose, your side/model pose, and then hit your back pose. And then you will go and walk off, and you will stand on the stage either to the left or the right, depending on how many girls have already come out before you. And there will be a stage manager on stage directing you. They are very good about doing that. So you will know, and they will point to you exactly where to go and stand. And then you will stand in your front pose until everyone in your class has done their individual routine. After you've done your individual routine, they will then do first call outs for your class. And so if you are a part of the first call outs for your class, they will then walk you back to the middle of the stage where they want you placed, and then you will do your mandatories. And so for mandatories, you are going to start out in your front pose, and then they are going to ask you to transition to your back pose. In your back pose, they will then have you walk to the back. They'll say walk to the curtain. There'll be a back line at the curtain, and you will walk back, hold your back pose, and then they will have you turn around. You'll stand in your front pose, and then you'll walk back, and then they will alternate you and move you for your judging.
Yep. So prejudging, the way that works for almost all the categories, basically except for transformation, is you will come out, you'll do your routine. This is the same across the board, typically for men's physique, bikini, figure, wellness, probably fit physique. I think the only thing that will probably change is classic and bodybuilding because they typically will do their routines at finals. But you'll do a quick routine, like Lauren said. It's probably 15 to 30 seconds max. You're literally just front pose, back pose, go stand in line. And the judging really starts when they do the call out. So if your class is big enough, they will do a first call out. If it's not big enough, you will all be brought into the center and the judges will instruct you to go through your poses. And that is where they will start to move people around and place people according to how they feel you're doing. And this is where it all happens. So just a few tips. If you are in a call out and the judges are moving you around, number one, smile, right? Sure. Look like you're having fun and enjoying the moment. Remember that you've already done all the hard work. You can't get any better. The only thing you can do is smile and nail your posing. So practice, 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 know your routine, know how to control your core, know how to do all the things that are going to present your physique in the best way possible, and then just enjoy the ride. The next thing is, and I don't see this in bikini, I don't see this in wellness, I don't see this in figure, but I see it all the time in men's physique. So guys, the stage is plenty big enough. If you start throwing elbows with the guy next to you, you don't look cool. You look like an idiot, and that is not going to help you win. So if the judges say to spread out, take a step, spread out. If you don't have enough room to hit your back shot when you open up, take a little step forward. Give yourself more room. The judges notice all these things, and they want a competitor that represents the sport well, not someone who's acting like a child trying to move people out of their way. So just be very conscious of that. There are going to be a lot of competitors on stage. Everyone's fighting to win, but just make sure you do it in a respectful way that makes you look like someone who has character that deserves to be a champion. So that's all I'll say when it comes to that. Let's go into the transformation category because this is a little bit more unique. So with transformation, the way that this is going to work is you will be on the side of the stage and your video, your mandatory video that you've made will play. This video is a massive part of the judging. So my tip to you as the overall transformation champion and the overall men's champion is focus on making sure you have a great video. And I don't just mean cinematically. I don't mean the quality of the audio and the camera, which all of that is important, but make sure you captivate us by telling your story. Make sure you draw us in, make us feel your emotion, make us feel the journey that you went on. And if you'll do that and you'll answer the questions that are asked, that will be a very, very big head start for you inside of this competition. So your video is going to play. As soon as your video is going to end, they will announce you. You will walk on. As you walk on, your before picture will be behind you. You're then going to go through your posing routine. For transformation, you typically get about 30 to 45 seconds. And this routine is based on whatever you want it to be. You can hit any pose that you'd like. So my recommendation would be make sure you practice a 20 to 30 second routine. Make sure you know exactly what you're going to do. So that way, when you go out on stage, you can be super confident and you can nail it. Transformation does not do call outs. So you will go, you'll hit your routine and you will come off stage. That is it. There's no comparison round. There's no standing up on stage and doing poses back and forth. That is what will happen during prejudging. Then let's talk about finals. So after prejudging ends, there's typically a little bit of a break, a couple of hours. You'll be able to go back, rest, eat some food, do all the things, and then you will come back for finals, and finals will move very, very quickly. Most of the decisions are made during prejudging. So once finals start, it is going to roll very, very fast. Now, they're super organized. They're going to let you know where you need to be. But that being said, make sure you're not messing around. Make sure you're not late getting to finals. So typically, with all of your categories, excluding the classic physique and bodybuilding, you're just going to be coming out on stage in your class. You might do another comparison round. You might do just a quick little front pose or side pose, but it will not be as much as you did in the prejudging. And if they're still kind of undecided, if maybe the class is really, really tight, they may do a confirmation round where they bring you back out and make you hit a couple poses to determine who the winner of each class is. But once they do that, they will then award the winner of each class. And that's typically how it works in the men's physique, fit physique, transformation, and then all of the female categories, wellness, figure, bikini, and transformation as well. Now, for classic physique and men's bodybuilding, typically you will come out and you will do your routine to music. So you'll have to submit your song, and you will come out and you do your posing routine to music, and that will happen. And then, like the other categories, they may do another confirmation round. They may not. They may just go right into awards. So that is kind of what to expect when it comes to show day and having everything done. Obviously, they'll award all of the winners, and then you get to have all the fun and celebrate. And yeah, at the end of the day, no matter what, whatever place you take, just remember, and this is super cliche, but it is the truth. Like, you won by stepping on stage, right? Most people will never do a bodybuilding show. Most people don't have the discipline to fight through the pain of working out and the pain of being hungry and getting to that extreme lean stage. So wherever you place, remember, bodybuilding is a subjective sport. It's not black and white. You know, there are so many factors that go into who the winner is, and it's a sport that anyone could win on any day, right? You see it in the pro league. People win a show, you know, this Saturday, and the following Saturday they compete again and they don't win. So it is one of those things, like, there's so many factors, but at the end of the day, you should be extremely proud that you did this and that it's something that you accomplished. So, you know, enjoy the night, go out, celebrate, don't eat too much because you'll feel terrible, but it will be such a great time. So I want to move on from show day and talk about one of my favorite things, which is the after bash.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. And so when you're competing in Houston, the after bash is held at Alphalete, which is super cool, because it's Alphalete. But here's what I will say. If you're competing in Toronto, I am very, very excited for that after bash as well, because I competed in Tampa last year, and Tampa was a very small show, and the after bash was honestly awesome. It was super intimate. We got to meet all of the athletes. Christian was there. Heidi was there. A lot of Alphalete athletes were there.
Courtney King and Chris Bumstead.
Yep, which they're not going to be in Canada, I don't think. So don't get your hopes up.
They just had the baby.
But the judges are there, so you'll be able to get feedback. So it's just a really cool thing. So the bash at all of the Houston shows and at the Toronto show will be incredible. Always tons of great vendors, free stuff, you know, meet and greets. We'll be there hanging out. So come find us, talk to us. If you want a picture with us, we don't understand why, but we'll happily take one with you. But all those things, a lot of the other Alphalete athletes will be there as well. So such a good time. I would highly recommend, if you are traveling in from another state, to make your flight out either late Sunday night or sometime on Monday. That way you get to be a part of that, because that is honestly
it's fun,
where there's so much community being built and so many friendships that are formed. I know some of our best friends now we've met inside of summer shredding. And so it's been so much fun. So let's talk about something that I feel like everyone's pumped for, and that is the prizes.
Yeah.
So
these look pretty amazing.
Let's talk about,
I don't want to mess it up.
Let's talk about the qualifying shows. Okay. So if you are competing in any of the shows leading up to the championship and you win your category, so you are the overall winner in that category, here is what you're going to get. You are going to get a free entry into the championship. Now, remember, top 5 in all categories qualify for the championship show, unless there are less than 7 people in your category, in your class, then the top 3 will qualify. So what I mean by that is, if you are competing in bikini and you're in class A and you win your class, you will qualify for the championship. Okay. If you're in men's physique and you're in class B, you will win, you will qualify. So if you're top 5 in your class and your class has more than 7 people, you qualify. If it has less than 7 people, top 3 qualify. Transformation, a little bit different. There are over 50 pounds lost and under 50 pounds lost. And so the top 5 from each of those categories will qualify for the championship. But the winners of each class will receive free entry to the championship, which that's pretty awesome because I think it's like $250. Yep. You'll receive a top sponsor gift card, $1,000, and overall winner apparel. So once again, I want to make sure I clarify this so that there's no confusion. Every division has classes inside of it. Each of those classes, top 5 will qualify. From those classes, you will all compete to have the overall. So let's say that there's 6 classes in bikini. All of the winners from those classes, the first place winners, will compete against each other to be the overall bikini winner from that show. That is who wins the entry, the gift card, the $1,000, and the overall winner apparel. All of the class winners and top 5 still have a chance to compete in the championship. You just don't win any of this stuff. So that is what you win. Last year, we got these really cool jackets, said overall champion on the back. Mine said transformation. It had summer shredding on there, the year, all that cool stuff. So once you make it to the championship, this is where all of the fun really, really starts to crank up. So if you come in first place of your category, you then win $5,000. So this is all of the, let's just use bikini, for example, all of the bikini competitors throughout the whole year are now going to all go head to head. And the overall winner for bikini, you're going to win $5,000. And this is the same for all the categories. A trophy. Look at these trophies. These are not like dinky little trophies. These are full blown, like heavy, big trophies. Okay. You're going to win a trophy. You're going to win top clothing brand sponsorship. I would assume probably Alphalete or Buff Bunny. Top supplement sponsorship. Not sure who's doing it this year. And then you will qualify to compete for the overall champion. Okay. Here's the great thing. If you don't win, let's say you come in second place, guess what? You still get $2,000. You come in third place, you still get $1,000. I don't know if you guys realize this, but the amount of prize money given out at Summer Shredding is insane. When you look at the bodybuilding landscape as a whole. Like, there are not many pro shows that even come close to giving out this type of cash prizes. So it's absolutely insane. Now, once you are the winner of your class or your category, they will then take all of those people. So you'll have the bikini overall winner. You will have the figure. You will have the wellness. You will have transformation for women's. You will have fit physique, men's physique, classic bodybuilding, and transformation. So you'll have all of those winners will now go against each other to crown the men's overall champion and the women's overall champion. Here's something you need to think about for that opportunity. You have to have a video prepared. So if you are competing and you qualify for the championship, you should go in with the mindset of, hey, I am going to win and become the champion. And so you're going to want to make a video. All the instructions for that video are online, all of the questions, but it's very similar to the transformation video. It's like a 2-minute video. You're going to answer a bunch of questions. And once again, making the judges feel your story, feel who you are as a person, and showing the reason that you would be a great fit to represent the brand and the fitness community overall is going to help you out tremendously when it comes to the overall championship.
What's awesome about this year, because last year what made that really challenging was there was a qualifying show the day before the championship. And so I know that some people had won at my show.
Yeah.
And then they had to make their video. So this year, everybody has a great opportunity to have time to make their video because the last qualifying show is in September and the championship show is not until
November 1st.
November.
Yep. So you got plenty of time to do that. So if you are blessed enough to win the overall championship and you become either the men's grand champion or the women's grand champion, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get a badass championship ring. I don't know if we can see this on here, but I'll throw it up, a picture of it. But here's the championship ring that I won last year.
What's on the side?
Legitimately looks like a Super Bowl ring. Yeah. It says Summer Shredding on the top, 2023 championship. It's got real diamonds on it. And then on one side, it says Summer Shredding Community with the date of the championship, which was October 22nd, 2023. And then on the other side, it says 2023 with Texas, and then a globe, and then it says inaugural champion, because I'm the first ever, and this thing is super badass. And they're not cheap. Christian did a video on these. These were like $3,500.
And it was
rings.
made, like custom made from the same place he got Heidi's ring from.
Yes. And these things are crazy. What's super dope is if you win this, the jeweler is there and he will then fit it. I've put
Pro
on
tip if you do win.
I've put on some size since I won, so this doesn't quite fit my ring.
Leave some space from your show day weight so that
it's not a great time.
You don't have to pinky ring it to the moon.
But look, we're pinky ringing it, and depending on how much weight I can drop in the next,
I might be wearing it around my neck like people did back in the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can drop some weight before July summer shredding kicks off, so I can actually wear this thing. So
nice.
You're gonna get that. You're going to get another $6,000. So you will have won $11,000 at the show. The ring, you're going to get a camera package. So you'll get a camera, some audio equipment, all of this to help you on your new journey. Because I promise you, if you win this show, your life is going to change. It'll be a whirlwind. Lots of crazy stuff is going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is on the website. I know it's in full effect. I know they've talked about it. I know I've had meetings about it, but they're supposed to be doing a championship Letterman jacket that are super, super sick. I'm not sure if that's 100% still a go. But I've seen it. I've seen how they look. I've seen the design of them, and I'm very jealous because I want one. But if you follow Christian and you saw any of the jackets that he wore for any of his shows, very similar to that, but summer shredding style. If you remember, he gave Chris Bumstead a jacket at the Olympia. It's very much like that, like dope Letterman jacket, summer shredding champion on there, patches, like all the things. Super, super cool.
Very like on trend too.
Yeah. Very jealous that I don't have one of those because they didn't do that last year.
We talk about it often.
Yeah. And then all of the overall winners get a photo shoot the following day. So on Sunday, you'll do a photo shoot, typically with Kirby, who is Alphalete's CMO and most amazing photographer in the world. Yes. And she absolutely slays. She crushes it. We've been blessed.
Tip, because you should just like think about that. Like if you win and you go out, then
no, screw it. If you go out, enjoy yourself, win. You might be a little bit bloated for your photo shoot, but who freaking cares?
Okay, right? Yeah, good point.
We ate Mexican the night before our photo shoot.
We had birthday cake pancakes.
Listen, we still look great, and it's the memory, right? That's all that matters. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the win. But you'll get a photo shoot, and it's super fun. We were blessed to have done 2 of them for summer shredding, and then I've gotten to do a bunch with Alphalete. Yeah. But Kirby is incredible. She makes you feel super at home, and it's awesome. So that is what you win. So, I mean, even more reason to go hard, get after it, make sure that you're crushing it. And it is such a great time seeing everybody, hanging with everybody. I couldn't be more impressed by summer shredding, Ashley Dreyer, all the hard work that she puts in to making this show such a great experience. And then obviously Christian for coming up with the concept and putting it on. So last few things, we've been to Houston a good bit now. Mm-hmm. And so for people who are coming to the Houston show, we just want to give you guys a couple tips on, places to stay, places to eat, things that we've enjoyed when we've been out there. So I know most of you will fly into IAH. It's about a 45-minute drive from the airport to the Alphaland area where you'll be staying. There's basically like 3 options when you think about staying for the show. You have Sugarland, you have Stafford, and you have Missouri City. Technically, Alphaland is in Missouri City. The Stafford Center is in Stafford. And then Sugarland kind of butts up to those. It almost makes like a triangle shape. Our favorite is Sugarland. It's by far the nicest area.
It's like the most like around it, I feel like in established.
Houston, yeah. It's the nicest area around there. If you stay in Sugarland, you're still only like 10, 12 minutes from Alphaland from the Stafford Center. I would say any hotel in Sugarland is going to be good. If you're staying in Stafford, if you're staying in Missouri City, maybe just like Google Maps and like do a street view. before you decide to book something, because some of the areas are not as great as other areas.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
being
Great way to
transparent.
put that.
So, we love to stay near, I think it's like Town Center.
Yeah, I think it's the hotel that we usually like to stay in.
Well, don't tell them that, because then they might take it. I'm taking our hotel spot.
But yes, I do think it's Sugarland Town Center. It's literally like their little like town center courthouse. Maybe
it's a great spot. There's tons of restaurants, bars, like
Starbucks.
Nothing
Kava.
for you to do pre-show, but post-show is a great place to hang. You can walk to everything. Some great hotels over there.
I think it's great too if you have a support system that's coming with you. Listen, we have an interesting perspective because we are parents and brought our 2 kids and brought both of our families came. And so that is one thing that I wish now that we go often, we now tell people, hey, stay here, because if there's people that are going to your show to support you, they want to be able to have stuff to do. And some of the other hotels just don't have like a Starbucks nearby or a restaurant that people that aren't on prep can go to. So staying in some of these other locations make that very easy. And I also just want to give the tip that if people are bringing their kids, first of all, the bodybuilding show for the kids is actually amazing. My kids had a blast, like a legit blast. I will also drop in the section where I got their bodybuilding suits, because those are from Amazon. It's a great way just to kind of get your kids involved. I mean, our kids still talk about it to this day, like just how fun it was and the music. And I mean, my younger son, Hank, still says, pretty girls walk like this. I think they played that song like so many times. Yeah. So, but it's super, super convenient to bring children. The only thing that was like an interesting thing for us was that we thought that because the bash was held at Alphalete and it is a gym and insurance reasons, you cannot bring kids into the gym part. And that is where they have the after party bash. So just to kind of account for that, if you are staying, they're not going to be able, if they are under the age of 16, they are not going to be able to come to the bash. But there is a lot to do in the Sugarland, Houston area that if you have somebody or family members that are coming, you can go to the bash and maybe they can take your kids to do something fun.
Yeah. So other than that, there's some restaurants that we really like. Escalante's. If you want some Mexican food after you finish the show.
I'm also like, I don't want it to be super busy.
Yeah, but we'll be there. So come find us.
That's where we're going to be.
Come have a shot of tequila with us. But Escalante's is
phenomenal.
Fantastic. I would probably get reamed out by all the locals.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best locals spot, but honestly, we've loved it. We've been several times now. Where was the breakfast spot that we went to that was really good?
You can cut this, right?
I can.
What was it called?
I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
We'll drop some more recommendations in the comment section. A couple other little last minute tips. If you're still watching, thanks for hanging with us, because this video is way longer than I anticipated it being. But when you are looking for your hotel, just a couple things to remember. You still are on prep, a couple days coming up to the show. And so that's something to think about, like home to suites, like all those little hotels that have full-size refrigerators and sometimes have like a cooktop could be a really great advantage for you, or an Airbnb so that you can cook your food. We actually stayed at the Host Hotel last year, which was great. I prefer to stay near town center just because there's more things to do in walking distance. Yes. But as far as hotels go, the Host Hotel was fantastic. Obviously your tan's there, like it's very convenient.
Hair and makeup.
But the one thing to think about is just preparing your food, cooking your food, having everything that you'll need. And so just some tips that we found. We Instacarted some groceries when we got there. Water was a big one just to have on hand.
I was just remembering the amount of bananas we got, remember?
Yep. Oatmeal, some of the essential things that we knew we needed. And then HEB is one of their local grocery stores, and they actually had pre-cooked chicken with the macros on it, no like added stuff to it. And that was a lifesaver. We were able to get that, just keep it in the fridge, and then we could either eat it cold or throw it in the microwave. Some avocado packs, like easy stuff to finish out your prep with. And also Alpha Eats. Alpha Eats is a lifesaver. Phenomenal. And they are very accommodating, especially during summer shredding, to make sure that they can give you guys like rice and chicken and like different things to really help you hit your goals, because obviously you're flying in a day or two before the show. So you've still got to be on point leading into the show. So any last tips?
Yeah, I wanted to share this with you guys because I know traveling on an airplane and you want to be able to account weight for the trophies that you're going to get, right?
That's right.
So wanting to make sure that you pack scales and different things that just make it easier for you to still stay on track. But love this scale that we have from Amazon. Honestly, ladies, this literally can fit into like your clutch. So you can take it to a restaurant if you needed to still bring your stuff with you, but everybody else is kind of doing their own thing. So we'll link this scale for you. So again, like fits into your bag and it's super easy.
Yeah. Any other last minute tips, tricks, suggestions?
So that brunch spot that we went to was called Toast. And it was phenomenal.
Very good spot.
Like so good. So you'll have to drop some pictures too. Best tips and tricks is like, you've already done the work, right? Like all the hard work has been done. Like enjoy the show. And especially if this is like your first show, like there is nothing like your first show. You're never going to get those experiences back. And don't let comparison be the thief of your joy. Like you have worked so hard. You have to compare yourself to you. And if you are showing up and you've put in all the work that you know you could have, you've done the work. Like enjoy your day for sure. I know for women, and this is just kind of how I felt, like the actual show day, like can feel very like, if you're married, you'll kind of understand this, but can feel very like wedding, right? Like, it's like you're getting your hair and makeup and like there's all this stuff and you're hungry and you're like tired and you're like, I just want to get to the actual event. And if you're doing bikini, you're going to be the last to go on stage. And so it can just feel like very like, I just want to get to like the actual thing. It will come. Like totally just enjoy the moment, savor it, because somehow you will get to post show day weeks and you'll be like, man, I miss it. So totally soak it in and really, really enjoy the moments.
Yeah. Yep. I would say the exact same thing. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the moment, build relationships, go up to people, have conversations. If you see people that you follow online, come say hi. If you see us, come say hi. All of the people that you look up to and you see in person love talking to you.
Yes.
They love meeting you. They love taking photos with you. If you see anybody that you've wanted to talk with, like go up to them, talk to them. I'm always like not wanting to be that guy of like, I don't want to bother so-and-so. Or I don't want to be the person that's like a fanboy or whatever. Like no one feels that way. This is a very tight-knit community. We all have a love for seeing people become the best version of themselves. And that is what Summer Shredding stands for. So if you are at the shows, if you're walking around, if you see people you want to meet, go up to them, meet them, enjoy it, have fun. And, just remember, everyone is trying to become the best version of themselves, and enjoy the ride. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And if this was helpful, drop a comment below, maybe subscribe. And if there's anything that we missed, leave a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or shoot us a DM on Instagram. I will leave both of our handles down below. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon, and we will see you guys at all of the summer shreddings this year. And we cannot wait to celebrate you guys on stage very, very soon. So have a great day. See you guys in the next video.
And if you're looking for a bodybuilding coach or a lifestyle fitness coach, we do online fitness and nutrition coaching.
That's true.
And we have our own app that we're actually doing this with as well. So we will also leave our coaching link. We are Team Para. What does Para mean?
Para means to prepare. So
our objective, prepare that part.
Our objective is to prepare you for anything that you want to do in your life.
Yes.
But yeah, we do coach. So if you are looking for a coach and you want to compete this year, let us know. If you're just a lifestyle person and you're just looking to get in better shape, lose weight.
To maybe one day compete.
Yeah. Feel better about yourself. Let us know. We will happily help you out. And then also too, while we're plugging stuff, Alphalete, code Jeffrey saves you 10%, supports us as well. So if you ever need the best fitness gear on planet Earth, make sure you head over to Alphalete, check it out, snag some stuff. The new men's drop just came out. These shorts are freaking incredible. Best shorts they've ever done. Absolutely love them. And last but not least, if you need some supplements, First Phorm, we'll link that below, but phenomenal supplements and even better community. So,
well, I feel like now that we're on a roll, also, if you ever are visiting in North Carolina or South Carolina and you need meal prep,
there you go.
212 meals. So we do custom meals. So for people, we can do custom meals, only local. So you've got to be local to North Carolina and South Carolina. Yep. Our meals are always fresh, never frozen. But we typically have almost 15 to 21 menu items every single week. But again, if you're traveling and you are doing bodybuilding prep, you can reach out. We can do custom meals for you. So yeah, I think that actually is legit. All of our plugs.
Yep. 212meals.com, 15 meals a week. Not 21. My wife, 7 years old, still doesn't know how many meals we do. She just likes to eat them. So 15 fresh meals every single week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And if this was helpful, drop a comment below, maybe subscribe. And if there's anything that we missed, leave a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or shoot us a DM on Instagram. I will leave both of our handles down below. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon, and we will see you guys at all of the summer shreddings this year. And we cannot wait to celebrate you guys on stage very, very soon. So have a great day. See you guys in the next video.